Well, good afternoon, Bentonville Church. Good afternoon, small group leaders. This is our small group prompt for September 20th, going along with our sermon series on Romans 13. So we have a couple of questions I just want to run through quickly today. The first question is this: talk about what it means to you to be an American citizen, or a citizen of whatever country you are from. And a couple of things you might talk about are, what are some of the symbols of citizenship? What are your rights? What are your responsibilities? So what does it mean to you to be a citizen of wherever you are from? The second question is, what does the phrase, Jesus is Lord, mean in your life? What does the phrase, Jesus Christ is Lord, mean in your life? What are some of the symbols of Jesus' lordship? What are our rights as Christians? What are our responsibilities? So, what does it mean that Jesus Christ is Lord? The third question is, go ahead and read Philippians 3, verses 20 through 21. Philippians 3, 20 through 21. What does it mean to you to be a citizen of heaven? Paul uses that phrase there in Philippians, and it's really integrated into what Philippians is about. But just spend a few moments thinking about what Paul says here to the Christians in Philippi about what citizenship in heaven means. The fourth question is, go ahead and turn to 1 Peter 2, 11 through 17, and read that together. And then what stands out to you in those verses? What does it mean to you to fear God? And here I'm thinking about ideas of awe or admiration, worship, adoration, sacrifice, allegiance. And then what is the difference between fearing God and honoring the emperor? So out of 1 Peter 2, verses 11 through 17, what stands out? What does it mean to fear God? And what's the difference between fearing God and honoring the emperor? And then question 5 is, in today's sermon, Daniel described the phrase, Jesus Christ is Lord, the Son of the living God, as an inherently political statement. By declaring Jesus is Lord, the Christians are also saying, and Caesar then can't be the Lord of my life. So what does it mean to you to put faith and politics in tension? So how do you do that in your own life? What does that mean to you? So those are our questions for this week. You can also talk about anything that Ben or that Josh has talked about in the last week, but I'm going to run through them again for you. So question number 1, talk about what it means to you to be an American citizen or a citizen of wherever you're from. What are some of the symbols of citizenship? What are your rights and what are your responsibilities? The second question is, what does the phrase Jesus Christ is Lord mean in your life? What are some of the symbols of Jesus' lordship? What are our rights as Christians? And what are our responsibilities? Question 3 says, go ahead and read Philippians 3, 20 through 21. What does it mean to you to be a citizen of heaven? And, question 4, read 1 Peter 2, 11 through 17. And then what stands out to your group in these verses? What does it mean to you to fear God? And what is the difference between fearing God and honoring the emperor? What's the difference between fear and honor? And then question 5. In today's sermon, we talk about how Jesus Christ is Lord, the Son of the living God. That statement is inherently political. By declaring Jesus Christ is Lord, the Christians are also then saying, and Caesar can't be Lord of my life. So how do you hold faith and politics in tension in your own heart and your own life? Okay, so those are our questions this week. I hope that you're able to dig in together and to have a deep and meaningful conversation about how do we approach government and politics as Christians, as followers of Jesus. What does that look like to you? What does that mean to you? I'm excited to hear what your groups come up with. May God bless you as you have these conversations today.